So it's quite obvious for me. It would be the E350e. So from the looks perspective, I really like it. And I think they did an excellent job with minimizing the chrome element. So it really looked classy. And the interior is really excellent.
Today's scenario, I'll go for the Mercedes. Because the heart says Volvo, but the head says Mercedes.
I'm pretty torn. But if you're asking about interior-wise, I would want to be sitting in the Merc. But if you're asking about my outlook, I would want to be in the Volvo.
I suppose I'd probably go for the Volvo. Well, one is looks a bit too common, despite everything else. So dynamically better, probably more comfortable. I think the Volvo just stands out at the moment, and that raw performance certainly gives it an edge.
My personal choice will be the Volvo. I think this is like very common look. Someone going to spend 400k on this car, and on the road it's going to look like another C-Class, which is just 250k. So I opt for Volvo, which looks modern, different than the common Volvo. The interior is good. I like the crystal design on the gear knob. Right.
My favorite is Volvo. I like it in terms of power output, for the design as well. I mean the tall-like design, and also for the comfort.
I would prefer the Volvo. Technically, it's a more high-end car. I compare with the Merc, but the output figures, the Volvo is much better.
Volvo are famous for safety. As a family man, I like the safety features of it. I saw a lot of video, they do the anti-collision test, so they do very good safety features for the Volvo, yeah.
I prefer the Volvo by far. The design, inside and out, of course the tall hammer lights. The Mercedes looks too similar to its siblings for me. So the Volvo really stands out.
If someone's going to spend about 400k on a car, they're going to enjoy it more than thinking about selling it off on the first day of buying the car. So I go for that option.
Volvo. It's faster. I guess it's value for money.
Well, I think it is really the only thing. If I'm working with Mercedes-Benz, I would get rid of the blue calipers. Yeah, that one is too aggressive for Mercedes-Benz. Otherwise, I think they did a great job with having very good rims and the design of the bumper compared to the E250 currently. It's really nice.
It's very unique and very distinctive. Unlike Mercedes, as you can see everywhere in KL, there's a dime and a dozen everywhere there's Mercedes. So it's not a rare sight. But in terms of impress your neighbors, your friends, your colleagues, then the Mercedes is the one. It's got 64 colors. You can change color every single day for 64 days. Yeah.
About the Merc, I think the 64 color option is more of a gimmick. How often you will change the colors?
I like the simplicity of the interior. Of course, the Merc looks flashy inside.
Of course, the wow factor sits with the Mercedes maybe. But I think a lot of the other stuff like the safety suite and all sits with the Volvo.
The only advantage I see on Mercedes is that it has a sunroof, a full glass sunroof. That's it.
The Volvo is renowned for the safety and it's got a lot more features that the Merc doesn't have for the price. It also has the adaptive cruise control.
Very hard decision. So it's really whether safety or the very nice Merc thingy.
Well, Volvo for life in that sense. As I say, buy and die with it. But I think at least I would enjoy driving it day to day.
Personally, I prefer a tan interior rather than a dark interior. But otherwise, I think the interior has that simplistic Scandinavian, Nordic kind of feel to it, which is quite nice. So
personally, I'll look at the resale value. Is it Volvo for life? Buy one and keep for your forever, or you can go with this agility thingy every 3 years, 5 years you can change one. So that's something really come into mind if I want to get one.
Unique, refreshing, different. The only comment I have on the center console and the infotainment system, the iPad kind of display, is just too crowded. If they could just tone it down a little bit, that would be just perfect.
Has wonderful design, Scandinavian, Nordic feel, very nice in isolation. But unfortunately, in the real world, in Malaysia specifically, you have Mercedes. The cachet of the Mercedes brand is so much stronger. The image, plus of course the resale value. Which Chinaman doesn't think about resale value?
I want to enjoy every penny that I spend on a car. So it is more often what the car gives you and not about what the car going to give you after the 5 years.
On the overall package, I think the Volvo gives a better value for money in terms of what it offers in the system.
very much an environmental friendly person. If I were to have one, I will plug every single day, make sure I make full use of it. I have like 9,405, doesn't matter, 9,456, doesn't matter, right? So it's just another one to charge.
Charging every single thing, from your watches to your phone, so I suppose that's not too big of a problem. But that's okay. When you arrive at home, you plug it in.
I will just drive a car normally, a normal hybrid, without having to plug and charge the car every day.
I don't think it's a bad car. I mean, obviously the performance is really great. The hybrid performance is better than the Merc. I work in KL, stay in Shah Alam, so probably I can do the trip, well, at least one way, fully electric. So that sounds like an advantage.
I might not charge it every day. I might just use it as a hybrid, a normal hybrid, possibly. Unless I want to eke out like every single savings from it, then maybe.
If you're asking me whether it's cumbersome, yes, I would have to reverse my car and plug it in and leave it overnight. But the only part of the equation here is just the plugging in. You're still reversing your car, you're still going to charge your phone at night. So it's just part of another day.